Hello, this is DVTV. I'm here with Dan Buckle, who's the chief winemaker at Mount Langi Ghiran in Australia. So Dan, you started in 2003. What changes have you brought to Langi since you've started?
Oh, that's a big question. We've, I suppose, from a start, we've reduced our volumes a little bit. We've stopped buying the American oak. We've started making Shiraz parcels in much smaller batches with whole bunches, done by foot in the old-fashioned way. And I've a bit more, I suppose Trevor Mast had 30 years experience working at Mount Langi, and he was a bit more intuitive with his winemaking, where I'm a little bit more technically minded, so we do a little bit more laboratory and analytical quality control, I suppose.
Okay.
I'm also a hater of Brettanomyces, so we've worked on eradicating that particular spoilage problem as well.
Sure. And do you spend some time in Bordeaux, and have any of the influences from your time there come through?
Not so much, no. My time in Bordeaux was a really good, fun experience, but I think the winemaking we were doing at Bordeaux, it taught me a lot about cellar management and about running a vintage, but not so much about vinification per se. The Cabernet methodology doesn't really come across in our Shiraz at all.
Okay. And how seriously do you think Australia is being taken in terms of a producer of premium wines? Obviously you're up there, with the top stuff.
I think we're increasingly we're improving our status in that sense, I suppose. That it's a slow process because Australia has unfortunately come out of a period of really industrial winemaking, and so there's still a perception of cheap and cheerful, and it takes a long and hard push to explain to people that we're working with small vineyards and trying to make wine at the absolute highest level, and we're certainly positioning ourselves in that fine wine category.
And obviously 2011 has seen kind of record rains, and there's been talk of kind of the resulting low price, poor quality wines. Does that make it even harder to push the premium message?
It does, and unfortunately when you have a season like 2011, the whole of Southeast Australia gets tarred with one brush. But certainly in our case, we've got parcels of terrific wine from this vintage. And it really, I suppose, if you think about buying Burgundy, it can help frame your thoughts, because there are producers in Burgundy who make great wines in the bad years as well, and similarly across Victoria, the producer by producer, you look at the wines, and I know the guys at the top end of the game, and I think we'll have a pretty strong release for 2011 anyway.
Sure. Okay, and you guys deal with Cool Climate Shiraz. Do you think that's still kind of the flagship in the future for Australian wine?
I think it's the rise of Cool Climate Shiraz is ongoing in Australia, and I think that's where it's my taste, but I think that's where the most interest is in Shiraz in Australia. It's where the most exotic and complex flavours can be found. And there's a synergy between Shiraz and Syrah in cool places anyway, so it makes sense that that's something that began 2,000 years ago in France.
Okay, Dan Buckle, thank you very much.